What's up, guys? So I got this very interesting email that came through. It looks like it went to several other of the YouTube people. I can see their emails up there. But they're proposing basically to try to get an APE on the board, or get one of us retail investors on the board of AMC. And I just kind of scrolled through it here in a second, just kind of let you see some of it. I don't know. What do you guys think? I know that subject's come up quite often about how can we get retail on the board. I've briefly looked into it, but here's the biggest problem that I see with that is, first and foremost, that's a whole nother atmosphere, a whole nother world to have someone sitting on that board. Do they know what they're doing, how they're doing it? And then are they swayed? Are they swayed by money? Like, how real are they? Like, can they be corrupted? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know that. And who to vote, who to look into, who do we think would work? And then at the same time, once they get on the board, those guys under strict guidance and strict guidance and strict rules, what they can or cannot say. So even if someone's on the board, how could they report back to, say, retail? Like, how could we report back to us to let us know what they're doing or not doing? Because they probably can't. They're probably going to be extremely limited, would be my guess. What I've always said would be cool is if we had a representative that was kind of like a in-between, someone that had conversations with the board, someone that had conversation with Adam, and then could take that information and then be able to share it back into the community. I don't know. I mean, is it something I would do? Yeah, I can't be sold. I mean, I'm not a sellout. Is it something I want to do? Not really. I get it. They can probably get paid pretty damn good for it, potentially, but it's a lot of responsibility. That's a lot of things that you got to take on, and the time is limited. I mean, what does that look like? How does that work? How do we get someone on the board? What would it take? You know what I'm saying? And they cover quite a bit in the email as well. I know it's potentially possible, probably unheard of though, just to take some random retail stranger off the street. And I know they mentioned, you know, people like Dave Lauer or Peter Hahn, but I don't agree with that either. They got their own agendas, right? And that's the problem. They're going to have their own agendas. Whoever this is, they have their own agendas. We're so split and divided. Like me, for example, obviously I'm against Adam and the board. Well, the last thing they want is to put me in that position, right? To be against those people. But then you take someone else that we believe is sucking up to them and believes too much in Adam. And then what do we deal with, right? Then they're listening and they're going to go his route. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's a crazy ass idea. I believe in a lot of Hail Marys. I'm not completely against it. But the question is who would it be? Are we just going to put somebody up because they're popular? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, because Biggums is popular. He has a big YouTube channel and he's pleased a lot of the audience. So his popularity, you know what I mean? That's what a lot of these votes come down to, is who's the most popular. Nah, it's not about that. It's who's going to get the job done. Who's going to be able to get in there, buck the system, go against the system, stand up to the system, stand up to people like Adam or his board and say, you know what, this is what needs to take place. We need to think about our shareholders too. Someone that's willing to, with no fear, no outside influence, because that's not easy, man. Because everybody has an opinion. Everybody's going to want it this way. Everybody's going to want it that way. You get what I'm saying? So it would definitely have to be someone that knew how to stand their ground and not be sold out. But anyway, check it out. See what you guys think. Oh, and I'm not saying I'm like, hey, I'm doing this because I want you to nominate me. I already hear there's some people out there doing that, but that's not what I'm saying. This is going around. Do I like the idea? Sure. But I think it might be tough to find the right one. So this is a screen grab of the email. Take back AMC, elect APEs to the board of directors on November 8th, 2023. MOAS is not off the table yet, but will be soon if not for the nuclear option. They're calling this the nuclear option. It talks about Ontera. I mean, they did a good job. Whoever wrote this up, I mean, if you scroll through, they did a good job writing it out, bullet points and everything. They're pretty serious about this. Time is limited, so we must act before the nomination deadline. I don't want to read it all off to you guys, but as you can see, you can go through here and check. Listen, if you want to see it, you want to read it, you want to know more about it, if you want to respond to them, shoot me an email at occupysec23@gmail.com. I'll gladly forward it to you. If you want to get in contact with them, you know, I mean, like I said, I just shared my opinion with you. I'm not against it per se. I just don't know for sure how it would help necessarily or how it would work. I just explained that. So I'm not going to go back into my reasons, but as you can see, potentially nominate requires 50% of the votes. And that's my other concern. We got such a division, especially you look at the Twitter folks, the hardcore Atom people or the hardcore reverse split people. You know, they're not. They wouldn't even. None of them. Not a single one of them would even help, let alone create a tweet or even retweet or comment in a positive way about doing Occupy SAC 2023. Every single one of these OG apes were against me, and I know who every one of them are. One day I'm just going to sit and go through Twitter and show and name them all off. They hide behind their profiles, but not a single one of them would ever help about actually taking a stand. So why would they help doing something like this? That's my concern. So again, guys, I don't know, vote an ape onto the board. It would be kind of cool to see some names from actual retail people on the proxy, just to even get that ability to show. It'd be something different, right? And to start voting, that would be pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. But I don't know, drop your comments. I mean, do you think that's a good idea? And would you vote for something like that?